Hello and welcome to this quick tip for cgtetsplus.com. My name is Frederik Steinmetz and I'll be showing you how to create a scribble effect in less than
4.5
minutes. Alright, I have here a new Blender file, and of course this will work with any other software that can export an AO pass. With an imported barn that I got off the internet, and you can see I have a plane aligned with a barn and a plane in the background. It needs to be a bit away from the ground plane, and that'll make sense in a second. Okay, what we need to do now is enable the ambient occlusion. You find this in the world button, and also make sure your background is white. Then go to the render settings, scroll down layers, and enable the ambient occlusion pass. And what that does is, if you switch to nodes, that AO will add another pass to the output, or to the output of the render layers. Now just press F12. And you can see that we have the barn here. It's not very exciting because it doesn't have the proper textures, but if we connect the AO pass to the compositor, you can see that our barn is now just the ambient occlusion. If we press F3 to save this file, I already did that, so I'm going to skip this. And let's make one more render. We turn off the solid rendering, and also down here where it says post-processing, click on edge and just render again. And you have the edges of the barn. And actually, if you want to have this a bit better, you might wanna get this ground plane out of the way. It will make a bit nicer result, and also this one. So there we go. We have an edge around the entire barn, and now it's we have to go back to the node editor to connect the image with the compositor once again. Press F11 and F3 to save, and let's head over to After Effects. In After Effects, I've already imported the barn AO and the barn edge, so I'll drop the barn AO into a new comp and also add the barn edge on the top. Let's turn this off for a second and create a new solid, and apply the scribble effect. Leave that at white, but change the stroke width to 0.1, and we don't see anything, and that's because the scribble needs a mask to scribble in. And if we just double click on the rectangle with the white solid selected, we should get a mask. There we go. And we'll choose that mask, mask 1, and you can see we have our scribble effect on the barn. It's not too exciting yet, so let's duplicate this white solid and drag it below the barn AO, duplicate the barn AO, and set the white solid, set the scribble to black, and choose the Luma inverted track matte, and also change the angle by 150 degrees, by 90 degrees, so it's 150 now, and you can play around with the stroke width, and also you can add some curves on the on this layer, and if we drag down the curves, you can see the image gets brighter and darker. I'm going to leave this at 1, and also turn on the barn edges, set this to multiply, and lower the transparency. And there you go, you got a nice scribbled barn in just a couple of minutes. This was Frederik Steinmetz, thank you for watching, and see you next time.